Yo, 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 this your boy Larry, and I'm chilling and vibing with radio slash TV host slash business specialist, Miss Diana Lammerts. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm just chilling and vibing. I appreciate you coming on
Thank you for having me.
all the way from Germany. How's the weather there?
Right now it's dark, but it's been quite nice. It's been actually quite nice.
That's dope. It's crazy because I was over there in the UK, um, Amsterdam. I was there uh about 3 years now, 3 years ago, three to
Same thing,
four.
same thing. Like you never know. You never know. We have 100 shades of gray here, so you never know what's up.
Yeah, but I like it though. When I was in Amsterdam or Holland, it was nice. It was different than the U.S. because we used to all these buildings, but over there they got historic buildings, and it was nice. And I realized, I got my exercise on riding those bicycles.
Yeah, yeah, and they always have are the first ones to go in the Netherlands, and we actually do walk a lot here. So before we take our cars, we just rather walk because you'd never get a car park over here. So you rather just walk 20 minutes.
And that what I've learned too, because yeah, it was hard finding a park over there, and I realized why a lot of people ride bicycles. So I had to got me one, and get my exercise on. Too bad I can't do too much exercising now because I'm on the injury reserve list, but give me about 2 to 3 months, I'll be back out there.
Ah, for sure.
So being a TV host and a radio host, how that started?
It actually, and even my former bosses didn't want to believe me. I'm an introvert, and I accidentally ended up at the radio because someone told me, "Hey, you know what? It's kind of cool. It's nice. Don't you want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I want to try it." And well, then 20 something years later, I'm still doing it, and I really got a passion for getting to know people, learning about people, and you learn so much because you always have a different topic. I started as an intern, then I was a reporter, then I was a news editor, then I became a news anchor and morning show producer for the radio station. And actually, which is funny, our area where I used to broadcast in made it to the US news because there was a guy or a woman, we don't know, who actually got crossed the speed limit and got caught on camera, but it shows Kermit the frog. So now the police is investigating who actually is behind that mask. And yesterday I saw it on the US news. So nobody really knows. But now everyone knows we do have speed limits on our Autobahn. It's not just free and you get caught and then you have to pay.
Wow. So how fast was they going?
I don't know. Well, too fast for the camera.
Oh yeah, y'all do got that over there where you can, well, so people think you can drive as fast as you can, but you can't really.
No, no. Sometimes you have like six, seven cameras in one line and they make sure they get you.
Wow. And I'm pretty sure that ticket be real pricey.
Most definitely, especially because the person was wearing a mask and that is definitely not legal.
Wow. So he had a Kermit the Frog mask on.
Exactly, exactly. Nobody wanted to believe it and everyone zoomed in the picture. And yeah, first I saw it on German news, but then this morning it made it to different news channels in the US.
Well, I guess Kermit, he was trying to get to Miss Piggy.
Maybe it was in a rush. Maybe he was late.
Oh yeah. So like being a radio host and TV host, like what big artists have you met?
I've met different artists, but also politicians and important people also in the movie scene as well. There was a lot over the years. There was a lot over the years.
Yeah, that's dope. Being able to meet those people, and have those connections, granted, they still human, but they're on a different, Tax
They
bracket.
are. But one of my most impressive moments, but is that's when a journalist really gets excited, are those moments when you're out there reporting from a situation. We had, compared to the US, it's small, right? But we had some kind of tornado going through our area. And so I was outside reporting from there, and my car was moving and jumping the whole time. But it was quite exciting. So we all stayed there in order to report, and we didn't sleep for 24 hours. But you just stay up and you're just there, and it's just different. It's one of those days where it is important to stay there to help people, to answer phone calls, to help people get reconnected if they lose family members during the storms and whatnot. So those are and that has always been my passion, helping people and getting them to their goals.
Talking about helping people, you're a business consultant and you help people build their business. How did you started that? Where that passion
Well,
came from?
the passion was always there to support and to get others to their goals, because that moment when they realize, oh my gosh, we made it, that second when you just see it in their face. And sometimes I wish I had a camera at that moment, but you never know when it's there. And that is just so amazing that that just fuels me, and I love to support as many people on their way to get there as possible. And there were a few. Like, one of my clients, I helped to get his father's artwork out into the world and to increase his credibility. And what ended up happening was he met the Pope, he had a world record, or someone else who wanted to raffle of a mansion in Italy for it's like he was supporting a good cause as well. He was helping children, and yeah, he made it to the news as well. So it's just those things, to give others the opportunity to be seen.
Oh yeah, and that's dope. Hearing that story, man. And I'm like that too. Like, I mean, my whole family, like my grandma. I guess it started from my grandma because she'll feed anybody. You hungry? You could be a friend of the family. Hey, you gonna be a family member today because you're gonna eat. And it always came into me. I like to help people also. If I see somebody going through something and I'm able to help, I'm gonna help them.
And it's
And
important. It's so important. The thing is, we all have our skills, and people often think, "Oh, you do the same that I do, so we are competitors." No, we're not, because everyone is doing different things. So there's so many PR agencies, PR strategists out there. However, some are niche. They are experts in their fields, let's say real estate or medicine or law. I'm a generalist. I'm a multi hyphenate. So when I come in, I look at the big picture, and then I get other PR specialists on board that are specialized in that area. And together, when we merge our ecosystems, we can create way bigger things than just one person here or one person there. If we all come together, like back in the days when they said it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a village to grow a project, to grow a dream. It's not just one person. You need a whole team that comes from different areas. And the more experts you have that are even niched in that area, the better it is.
yeah, and a lot of people don't want to do that these days. You got to be able to, support each other and network. And that's what I've learned since doing the podcast. Networking is the key. I mean, you from Germany, I done have people from Canada, London, um, California, I mean, Hawaii, like from all over, and everybody coming together to chill and vibe. And I appreciate y'all too, man, because it made me want to push even harder.
And you're absolutely right. It is important to network, because it is who you know who may be able to support you, and maybe not you, maybe someone you know, and then you bring them together and then create something amazing. So it's not about the individual itself, it's about all of us. It's about the whole group that can come together and contribute their skill set in order to create, when you build a house, you don't just have one person building a house nowadays. You
Mhm.
have different people coming together building the house. And the important thing is a good foundation. So when you want to build, you always need to have a strategy as well. And that is what a lot of small businesses forget. They might have their business strategy, but they don't have their PR strategy. And PR is not just media relations, it's public relations, it's perceived reality. How do people see you? It's building up your reputation, your credibility. And so many things can go right, but they can also go wrong. So one of the things I always say is, I'm the happiest person when I'm wrong at the end of the day. You know why? Because that means everything went perfectly well. Because when I look at a project, I also have plan A, B, C, and D, because in case something does not work out, you always want to have a backup plan, right? But if you need to the backup plan, that means something didn't work in the first place or didn't work as it was supposed to be. So if I don't need the backup plan, that means everything went smoothly, everything went perfectly well, and then there you go.
So being a journalist, I know that right there could be kind of challenging. Dealing with different personalities also.
It is, but it also teaches you a lot. Everyone is different. Everyone's reality is different. And it is important when it comes to communication that the people hear what you say and you say what they hear. And sometimes there is a miscommunication, especially when it comes to texting or written communication, because they read it in the tone that they are, or with the feeling that they're currently in the state of mind they're in. And sometimes it's not even meant that way, right? So it's always important to check in. Hey, is this what I said? Actually, is that actually what you heard? And how can we kind of get over this? And how do you need to? How do you need me to communicate with you so that we can have an understanding?
Yeah, because that doesn't happen a lot of times with me. I mean, like I text something to somebody and they just took it a whole different way. Like, well, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, but it's how you said it. I didn't say it. I texted. Like it's how you read it. Like you said, you got to have those conversations because sometimes people, like whatever state of mind they're in, they could take it a whole nother route.
Yeah, it's like speaking two different languages. And even if you speak the same language, what happened to me one time, I was in the south of Germany and I wanted a chicken leg, but I said it in um, the way we say it over here up northwest. And she said, no, we don't have that. I said, yeah, it's right there. I see it. No, we just have this. I said, no, 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 I don't want this. I want that. And it's right there. And then I said in English, I said, can I please have a chicken leg? And then she realized I meant exactly the same thing. And I realized she meant exactly the same thing. So we switched to another language in order to understand each other while speaking German. How crazy is that? But that is just how it goes sometimes. That's why we need to check in to see actually if the other person hears what we say and we say what they hear.
How many languages you can speak? Because you said multiple languages.
I can speak German, I can speak a little bit Dutch, English, and I'm
Oi.
learning Spanish at the moment.
Okay. I learned oi when I was over there in Holland.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit. It wasn't much, but I just thought it was cool, just learning a different language because they were talking Dutch the whole time. They were talking English too when I was over there training for my one of my previous jobs, but when they were talking Dutch, I was trying to, trying to learn a little bit.
Yeah, and it's a little bit harsher with the CH than the German language.
And you say you learning Spanish now?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm trying my best.
Oh yeah, you got it. Have you ever been to the U.S.?
Yes, I have.
Where
Yes,
you
I have.
visited?
Las Vegas, Austin, Texas, and other parts. One that was years ago. When Dick Nowitzki was still playing with the Dallas Mavericks, I flew in for 2 days because I said I want to see him play before he retires, and I did, and it was great.
Oh, that's dope. So what you thought about Vegas? Crazy you said Vegas because I'm going to Vegas next month.
Vegas is amazing. I used to live there for a while, and I actually worked with one of the largest animal shelters in the US, largest on-site animal shelters in the US. And it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about people, about how to deal with crisis as well. That's why I'm trained in crisis PR as well. So if a crisis come up, like how do you react? What do you do? Are you defensive? Do you better go into the offense or defense? And it was a great time.
Oh yeah, Vegas. I've been one time. This will be my second, but yeah, Vegas was nice. It was different. It was different than South Carolina.
Well, it has so much to give. The nature is amazing. So if you don't go necessarily, my other one goes to the strip, but if you go further out, there are so many amazing places in Vegas where you can go hiking, and then you can go to the lake, and then there is also a nursery out there that is so captivating and very zen. It's near Blue Diamond. It's just an amazing place.
Yeah, I say I want to get on some ATVs and hit the desert up and ride out there. Cause I mean, I did the strip. You know, it was cool when I did it first time. Well, I went the first time, but I want to try something different this time. You know, venture out a little bit.
Yeah, the nature is just impressive. The sunsets are out of this world.
Yeah, I did what that was the Hoover Dam. That was
Hmm.
dope too. Yeah, that was dope. And you was a Dirk Nowitzki fan?
Yes, I was. Well, he was one of the best players, and he was German, and of course we supported him, and he did a very, very good job, and he had a great career.
Yeah, he did, man. Dallas Mavericks. And that's dope hearing that story, you know. That's why I do this because hearing everybody got a story and everybody's story is different, but somebody can relate from it or get inspired from it. And that would keep
Most
me going.
definitely. No, it's amazing. But I've been to other countries as well. For example, Trinidad. Trinidad is an amazing place. I would always recommend to go there for Carnival. It is just a different experience, the same as Tobago. Tobago has this non-profit organization. They rescue horses, but they also help disabled children to connect with the horses, and you can swim with them in the ocean, and they run free in the morning, they come back by themselves in the evening. It's a true attraction, and it's just beautiful when you're at the beach and all of a sudden there are 12 horses running around.
Wow. That's dope. That's dope. And that's one thing, you know, I've learned since traveling also, man. And that's why I want to show my daughter, you know, show her the world. Show her that there's a lot out there that you would love to see. Because I have been to Singapore. Like I said, I've been to Amsterdam, Holland. But man, Singapore was beautiful. Beautiful. I had to learn the culture because like I used to like to chew gum. So no chewing gum out in public. The streets clean. I'm gonna tell you a story when I was over there though. I lost my wallet, went to Starbucks before work, and when I got to work, I'm reaching for my wallet. And I'm like, man, they got my license, they got all my money in it.
Oh
I'm
my.
like, man, how am I gonna get back home? So I backtracked. I went to the hotel. I had everybody looking for my wallet. Nobody seen it. So I said, you know, I went to Starbucks before we went to work. I went to Starbucks. They had my wallet in a Ziploc bag. They said, "You Larry?" I said, "Yes." They gave it to me. Everything was still there.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was because I wasn't expecting to get that wallet back. But I probably would have got the wallet back, but not the money.
Well, but traveling is also it learning about different cultures also helps us in our business on
Hmm.
how we operate, how when we have a client, for example, and they react a certain way, and then when we understand the culture and where they're coming from. For example, Germans, what I learned, we stare. We have the German stare. I didn't even know about that, but we apparently do. But it's not mean, or we are very much to the point, which doesn't mean that we are rude. We just want to save time. Maybe that's why everything is so efficient over here. We are just very much to the point as well. So and when you hear a German say, "Oh, that's not too bad," that is actually a huge compliment. So before we say something is excellent or super or amazing, um, that means it's really, really high up there, because even not too bad is already very, very good.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be like that though, because people be playing games and they don't want to be straightforward when they need to be straightforward and stop, like you say, wasting time.
Sometimes that's also a way to avoid miscommunication. If you don't have to read between the lines, if someone says, and I've learned the different cultures, for example, in the American culture, it's often to avoid what they call conflicts. But for us Germans, it's not necessarily a conflict. It's just like, can you do this, yes or no? If you give me an answer like yes, then I do this. If you give me an answer no, then I do that, right? So, but again, like living in different countries, meeting people from different cultures gave me that insight. So I know when I talk to someone, from a client from the US, for example, it's going to be different than talking to a client from Germany or from a different country.
So if somebody would need your services, how could they reach you?
They can reach me via my website, dlmediaai.com, or on LinkedIn, Diana Lammerts, which is DIANALAMMERTS. And just send me a message, just send me an email. I'm always happy to have an introductory call, 15 minutes, and look at your business. Maybe there's something that you need, and like a strategy. Sometimes it's just one thing, one question. And that's the thing, like me being a journalist, I'll ask a lot of questions. And then that makes people think as well, like looking at something, because they are an expert in their field. So they have this tunnel view. But if you have someone coming from outside asking different questions, it gives them a different perspective. And then sometimes like, okay, I didn't think about that. Let's try it this way, or let's try it that way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But looking at your business from a different angle also helps to see what is working, what is not working, what is working, or maybe it could be improved just by making like a little switch.
So, Diana, I got a question.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone, wanting to start up a business?
Have a strategy. Definitely have a strategy, because otherwise you are going to lose yourself in doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and then you just get burned out because you use all your energy to get everything going, but instead sit down, have a strategy, look, what do I need, get a mentor, and educate yourself on the subject. Beware of the people who are very loud outside, because at one point when you take in all the knowledge, you get the shiny object syndrome, and then a little bit here and then some there, and then like sometimes you can end up spending so much money on something and say, oh, it wasn't worth it. So before you do that, do your research. I mean, like, you can find anything online, and and if you don't, then that should raise some questions. Then call that company, ask questions like how they do it and whatnot. And yeah, but strategy is always sit down, plan it out. I mean, you don't build a house without a plan either.
That's true. But Diana, I appreciate you for coming to chill and vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing.
Chilling and vibing.
Oh yeah.